Yeah, that was hilarious.
Just kind of welcome to the Locolove podcast.
Yeah.
This is Tony,
Sam,
Manny,
and we got a special guest.
Tony Acosta.
from
Two Tonys on the show makes it great.
Yeah.
So that's
that
Okay.
depends. Yeah,
why does it
want
depend?
to go? Huh?
Why does it depend?
Matters how special the Tonys are.
Oh, they're pretty special.
Pretty special, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got Tony Acosta here. He's going to be our special guest for today. So we'll be talking about his business. We have some tips where we're going to be getting into the talking about masks today
mud
for the
mask.
facial as we continue on with the facials going on.
Yeah, mask in general, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And then we'll give some business tips, and then we'll have some fun along the way. You didn't hit the Wednesday target, so you're not
No, I
getting a tattoo.
didn't. Well, I'm gonna get
Still
tattoos.
He's still gonna get one.
I'm gonna get
I was
one.
looking. I was sure was looking, but no,
Yeah, I didn't
no
get it.
cigar. But
Yeah.
I still haven't seen any suggestions for the 100 subscribers. Oh, and that's also subscribe, hit the like button, pass it along.
yeah,
I always forget to say
And
that.
share all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, like for barbers, like Wednesdays like that weird day. Like there's times when I'll get super busy, and then there's times when I don't get busy at all. It's just like because it's a weird, awkward time because like usually you're getting it to start your week off like at work, so you want to look fresh, or you're getting it towards the end because you want to look fresh for like all the parties and stuff that you're going to be doing. Yeah. So Wednesday is kind of like you're not going to look fresh either way.
Maybe this is random off topic, but then maybe we need to start aiming at a little college once college starts, because usually Thursdays is college night.
That's true.
So anyone that would be getting ready, they're getting ready Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
We go out college night Thursday.
idea.
College night Thursday.
I pulled that back from that's a while back since I've been a college night.
What, like how far back?
I don't know.
Like were there cell phones back then?
Oh,
They were flipped.
Is that a shot?
Talking about you're like a year and a half younger than me. Like a year and a half.
I think you trying to show us. He was,
Mom and Dad couldn't wait that long to have another one, so they were shooting them out quickly.
If the first son fails, let the next one come.
Oh, damn. Shots. Damn.
Fair point. So to our guest, Tony, so thanks for joining us. Hey, really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, bro.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Just kind of like who you are and like what you do, and we'll kind of just jump around.
Yeah. No. Yeah. My name is Tony Acosta Jr. That's my name. I run a towing business. June 24th was my 1 year anniversary.
Congratulations.
So-
That's what's up.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So yeah, it's just, I mean, it was something I never thought I'd be a tow truck driver. I never thought I owned my business, actually. Never thought I was going to be a tow truck driver. And I mean, everything's going great. Everything's...
What were you doing before?
Before, I was working for a plumbing company. Since I was 20 years old, I worked for the plumbing company.
Wow.
And I've been, I mean, it's I liked it, but I didn't like the sun. I didn't like
So you were a plumber?
yeah.
Wow.
I didn't like I mean, I never really, I would always wake up at 6 in the morning, and I would usually work from 7 to 3:30.
Okay.
All right. So the real question that everyone's thinking about for plumbers: do they really always have their pants sagging so they're showing a crack?
And I've done it sometimes too, where not that, I mean, I bend over, I'm doing something, and then like I'm like, you know what? And I check, like, oh shit, and pull my shirt down.
It's like the plumber's signature.
Yeah.
You know a plumber's hardworking if you see his crack.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened, you know, plenty times.
If you're not seeing that plumber's not working.
Yeah, there's times when I'm at work, and then boom, I get a notification on Facebook. And then I'm like, oh, my buddy took a picture of me, and so yeah.
Oh, what are friends for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes I'm a plumber at the barbershop. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Pretty much, I guess
I'm plumbing at the barbershop.
Oh, so it's barbers too. So if you don't see your barbers, if you don't see your barber's crack, he's not fading enough.
No, sometimes I'm like, oh, I gotta grab something, bend over. I'm like, oh, I can feel that breeze. I'm like,
That was what I was talking about, the little breeze.
No, that's cool. So we were talking off before we started, and then you have a very interesting story. So, kind of getting into that. So, why don't you kind of take the audience to like how you met Sam, and then kind of like
what was the transition from a plumber to a tow truck owner?
Yeah,
that's wild.
See, 3-4 years ago, my buddy, he owns his tow truck company, and I would help him on repos. You know, he'd call me, hey, I got a repo. I don't want to go by myself. So I would go with him off when I get off of work, and I liked it. It was fun. You know, it was fun. I liked it. And I mean, it's kind of messed up, right? Taking somebody's car, but either they took it or somebody else would take it.
It happened to me.
Yeah.
You got repo?
Yeah, man, a long time ago when I was younger, man. Yeah, man, when I was irresponsible with my money, hell yeah, they took it. You better believe they gonna take it. You ain't paying, they gonna come take it. I just talked it up like, hey, well, I should have paid.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like everyone gets mad at the repo guy, but they're not mad at themselves for not paying.
I wasn't. No, I faced the facts. You didn't pay, so they took it. It's what it is.
See, so I would help him out, and I liked it. It was fun, but I didn't see me doing that.
Yeah.
I just saw myself helping him, and that's it. And so I told him no. I said no. I make this much a week in plumbing. It's for sure. Every Friday I get my check. The towing business, it's different because you don't know how much money you're gonna make. Yeah. So that plays tricks in your mind. You know, man, should I move or not? So that made me not do it. So 4 years later, I had another opportunity to get a tow truck, and I still doubted myself. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? And I took it. Nice. I took it. The situation that helped me was my son was diagnosed with a brain tumor last year. Last year after the freeze, February. He was diagnosed with a brain tumor, so we ended up took him to the doctor. We ended up having to go to Irving, Texas, to do proton radiation. And while I was over there, I had two months not working. We were just at the house. We were just, you know, he had to go Monday through Friday every day for about an hour to do radiation. So I would take him. Me and my wife would take him, and I just sit in the truck because because of COVID, only one person would go in. I didn't want to go in. I was just sitting in the truck for that hour. But while I was sitting in the truck, I was like, man, I need to do something to where I can leave whenever I want. If I don't have to go to work, I'm not gonna go for my son, you know, for medical reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
So I kept thinking and thinking. I came through a lot of stuff, and I've been saving money. I was saving money for a lot of years to do something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what. And when we were over there, I thought about landscaping too. I thought about landscaping, but man, it's hard work. You know, seeing people in the sun. I was like, man, I'm kind of glad I didn't go that route.
San Antonio heat too, man.
Especially this year.
Yeah.
I mean, not right now. It looks all.
Oh, right now it looks nice. Right now. So then, my buddy told me, hey, help me sell the truck. And I said, well, how much you want? He goes, I want 40. And I said, well, what about for me? And he gave me a real good deal. So I took it. I was actually telling my wife, hey, should I get it? She would tell me, yeah, go ahead, try it. And then I was like, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out?
At least you can say you tried.
Yeah, but
at least you can say you tried.
Scary though.
Yeah, she would tell me. She would tell me, do it. And then I would tell her, hey, what if it doesn't work out? How are we gonna pay the bills and this and that? And then she would tell me, well, then don't do it. Well, what if it works good? You know, what if it's gonna work? So
turn off the cell phone.
So I ended up taking it, and I told my company, I told them, hey, I need another month off because I had already asked for 2 months off.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I told them, hey, I'm gonna need another month off, and they told me yes, go ahead, take it. And after the first 2 weeks, I said, you know what? That's it. This is. I like this.
That's dope.
Man, I think that's an incredible story. There's so much pieces to it because I definitely want to dive into it just because I think you're a good example of like what we need to be doing from an entrepreneur standpoint, and then also teaching. Like one, like when I hear your story, like one piece that really jumped out to me, which you mentioned it, but I don't know if you give yourself enough credit about it, but like you were saving for something you didn't know what you were gonna do.
Yeah.
But what you find is a lot of people, they find an idea and then they're like, okay, now I'm gonna start saving.
Yeah.
And it's like, you should already be saving and then the idea will come along.
Yeah.
You know, because you have that money, because you knew you wanted to do something. You didn't know what, but whatever it is going to need money to start
that
up.
actually helps you from not spending a lot too.
Yeah.
Like
See,
overly spending.
and because I was saving for years, right?
Yeah.
And then when whatever happened with my son, I told my wife, I said, you know what? We're not going to worry about it. I have this money. If I have to spend it all on my son, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm going to, if I have to.
Of course.
But I have some great friends and family that they help me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was going to use the money. You know, I don't care about the money. And I want my son good. But luckily, we were doing raffles. People were donating stuff to me. Hey, I'm gonna give you this raffle it.
Yeah.
So they were giving me stuff, and I was able to not spend my money that I was saving for something, and I was, you know, we were going off of the money from the raffles and donations and everything. So that was pretty cool. That you know, that was pretty cool.
I think what's cool about this, because I was just talking to someone about something else coming here. I think, you know, one, you were willing to sacrifice the money for your son, but two, by starting a business, like one of the things, you know, we were talking about it. We all come from the same side of town. We grew up, you know, went to the same elementary schools. I ended up going to different schools, but we were all in the same area. A lot of times what we don't learn, and Manny, you can attest to this probably as well, is we don't learn generational wealth.
That's what I was going to say, generational wealth.
Like we get money and we spend it.
Oh, man.
Dollar in, dollar out. We're probably $1.50 out. We make $1, we spend $1.50 and try to figure out where the other 50 cents is.
Especially when you get that first credit card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Versus what you're doing is like you're creating a business, and I know you were mentioning like you might even get your son involved in it, right?
Yes.
So like you're creating this business for your son, teaching them that. And then as your kids get older, they have a choice. Like now they have their own business. They can start other businesses, or they can always sell the business and invest it into something else. Like you're creating a generational wealth instead of just, you know, sometimes we just save money and we don't do nothing with it, or we just spend it.
Platform to start on, instead of just trying to create one where you created one for yourself by working since you were 20 years old as a plumber. Like you created that, but now you're going to create something for your son. And that's like, it's
so what kind of got you in that mindset of saying like, I know I want to do something,
right?
I don't know. I just one day. I mean, not one day. I just wanted something. Like I didn't want to work for someone.
Okay.
I wanted to work for myself. But so I wanted to. I thought I was thinking about a lot of stuff, landscaping. I still kind of want to do like a restaurant. I still want to. I told my wife. I said. She used to work in a restaurant. Her dad used to own one.
Okay.
So I told her, hey, you know, but it's a lot of well, my father-in-law would tell me, hey, I would have to wake up at 5 a.m, go get everything, cut everything up, leave everything ready, and then he'd take off to his work because he had his own job.
Yeah.
So he had to leave, and then he had to come back. When he got off of work from over there, he would have to come back and clean up and get everything ready for the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want to make money, but not have to really do a lot. Like I was thinking of getting a taco truck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna work it, but find someone to work it.
Yeah.
You know, little stuff like that. That's what I'm.
So you want to do more into investments and things like that. Like you're investing into it, helping people who have like passions and stuff like that, who may not have the funds, but you have it, and you're investing into each other and kind of building.
That's what I want to do. Yeah,
that's cool. I mean,
that's dope, bro.
And that's kind of what it's about. I mean, you kind of look at things like that, and you know, I think that's part of everyone has their different reasons of starting businesses, right? And I think that's cool that you're kind of identifying, this is what I want to do. Sometimes, and it's like, I think what I find interesting when we're talking is like, it's more like working smarter but not harder, right?
Yeah,
putting our money to work, figuring it out, but still, like, you know, that's when the flexibility, like, you can hustle.
Our goal is.
Yeah. It's like the flexibility of that, of being able to do that. So in your story, you were mentioning like your wife was kind of like, you know, it sounds like she's kind of one of your big support systems there. And, you know, so when she was telling you, hey, I think I want to do this. And she was like, go do it. And then you're like, yeah, but I don't know. And she's like, don't. Yeah. Like, was that just kind of the push to see like, hey, do you have the ganas? Exactly. Do you have the,
See, I didn't know what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
She gave me both options that I could hear. Yeah. She gave me both options.
She kind of pushed it back to you.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So I told her, hey, should I do it? Yeah, you should. And then right away, what if it doesn't work? Well, then don't do it. Obviously, well, then don't do it. Right. Well, then what if it does work? So it took me a long time to actually say, you know what? Yes. All right, let's do it. It took me a long time, but I mean, I'm glad I did. I'm glad everything's working out smooth.
So what was kind of that scary? So because I know it's funny. We had similar conversations, right? So like, that's cool that your wife was pushing it back on you, because I think part of the thing is like, when you're the one gonna be hustling and pushing the business, you have to have that mindset of I can do it, right? Because whatever you think is gonna happen, if you already think it's gonna fail, like all right, it's gonna fail. But if you think it's gonna succeed, well then you're gonna hustle and make it succeed.
Yeah, especially like the failure part. Like if you already go in there thinking you're gonna fail, not only you're gonna fail, but any little mistake becomes a big mistake. It's like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done this. Like. Yep. I didn't tow the car right or whatever. Yeah. Like, so I didn't chain it up right.
Like, so for you, like you were looking at it and you were like just trying to decide to go in, you're flip flopping. What was, because I think anyone that started a business or wants to start a business, they go through those same mindsets. Like sometimes we think we're the only ones, but everyone's. What was it that was kind of feeling like holding you back? Like what was it in your thought, and then what kind of helped you get over that?
What was holding me back was I was making so much a week. Right, Monday through Friday, no overtime. Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. Every Friday I had that check, and I already knew how much it was.
Yeah.
Well, on the towing, you can't really. It's like going fishing. You know, you go fishing, you don't know what you're gonna catch.
Yeah.
So, but you go fishing, you come back with 5-6 fishes. You're like, okay, good. You know, it went good. Yeah. That's how I see it with the tow truck. Every morning, I don't know how many cars I'm gonna get the next day. So I was looking, man, I'm getting this much a week on Friday. Well, if I go to towing, I don't know if I'm going to have that. You know, I don't know. So that's what was keeping me back. Not knowing how much I was going to make.
That fear of the unknown.
Yeah. Right. That's that in.
And so what finally got you to be like, all right, I'm all in on this?
Well, what made me do it, I told my wife, I said, you know what?
Fishing.
Yeah. I told my wife, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I said, if it doesn't go good, I told her 3 months. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give myself 3 months.
Okay, well, see, look, you at least had a plan, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you had a plan to say, like, okay, if it doesn't, then this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. See, so I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna give myself 3 months. Maybe the first month's not gonna go good. Maybe the second one doesn't go good.
Yeah.
If the third one doesn't go good, man, I gotta really think about it.
Yeah, right? That's what's up.
So then I told her, I said, the first day that I went towing, that I got the truck and everything, the first day, my buddy, he sends me, this is another funny story. I bought the truck, I never used it, right? Myself, I never used it.
Yeah.
And I called him one day, I said, hey, I'm gonna go to the shop, you know, what time can I go so you can show me how to do it? He goes, come by about 12 o'clock today. I said, all right. So I get there at 12 o'clock and I sit next on the passenger. He's in the driver, and he tells me, "Look, it's 5 controllers that you use, but the fourth one you don't really use until you winch it out." Yeah. But he goes, "Look, this one's and it moves down. The next one, it
extends it up.
One of them folds. Then the second one drops, and then the third one extends, and then the fourth one it opens a tire, right? Yeah. So I'm there sitting down, and just like that, he goes, "Look, this." And then he goes, try it. So then I get on the driver's side and I do it. And I said, that's pretty easy. And then he goes, try getting this car right here. So the same way you're doing it, that's the same way. So I back up, I pick it up, and I do it. And then I tie the tire. And then he goes, all right, go around the block. So I go around the block and I come back. And then he goes, all right, put it back where you got it from. So it took me a while to do that because I had to reverse and I was nervous. And so as soon as I put it back, he goes, all right, you're ready. And I thought it was playing around, right? So my plan was a whole week practice with my cars. Yeah. Every day, pick it up. Every 2 hours, go outside, pick it up.
So you thought?
I thought that was it. So he gets a phone call right there. He gets a phone call, and then he answers right. Yeah, okay. Send me the 2 locations, and okay, we'll take care of it right now. So then I'm there, I'm waiting for him, and I thought he was sending the text message to his driver, other driver. So I'm there with my phone, right? My phone rings, message, and I take it out. And I even tell him, I said, hey, you sent it to me. And then he goes, all right, you got it. And I was like, what do you mean I got it? And he goes, yeah, same thing you did right now. That's what you're going to do. So I was like, man, I was excited, but I was scared. I was like, man. So I ended up going. And I text him pictures of everything. Hey, look, like this, like this, like this. Yeah, that's it. So I took it. Right there by Woodlawn, at a house by Woodlawn.
Nice.
And I dropped it off. I was all excited. I called him. Hey, I did it. And then he paid me and everything. And he gave me the cash. He told me, that's your money.
Oh, that's even more.
So then that was like at midday, right? Well, that first day that I did, he gave me 7 tows. And all that money was for me. He didn't take any.
Yeah.
So he gave me all that money, and I was like, man, is this everything? Like, he goes, yeah. He goes, that's not enough. I said, no, this is more than what I thought.
Right.
So man, it was great. I liked it.
Nice.
I liked it. Everything was.
So he taught you how to fish.
Yeah, he taught me how to fish right then and there. Like, I was thinking, okay, a week and a half, 2 weeks, then I'll go by myself. But no,
But I think that's cool about your story is like that whole thing of like, so I think when you go into business on yourself and you're doing an entrepreneur, you're betting on yourself.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that confidence to say, yeah, I'm betting on myself to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like a company's going to bet on you, but they're hedging their bets, right? When they hire you, they're like, oh, I got like 6 other people here. So this screws up. I got another 5.
Yeah.
But when you're owning your own business, you're saying, okay, I'm betting on myself, my talents, my beliefs, my whatever it is. So that's cool, man. That's real cool. I think also just kind of the approach you took, right? I think sometimes people think, oh, I just got to go right into it. But you kind of built it up. I don't think there's anything wrong with working. I work a corporate job. There's nothing wrong with working a corporate job, I think. But that doesn't mean you got to be limited to it, right? Because I think you were kind of telling us, like, you're doing this one thing and then it jumps into another thing and jumps into another thing and another thing. And I think sometimes that's what happens. Like, we get stuck into one focused thing instead of just expanding ourselves to a whole bunch of stuff.
See, and now that I got this one tow truck, it makes me want to look for another one.
Nice.
But I still got 3 years. My son's 15 right now. And when he turns 18, I want to give him that option. You know what? I'm going to give you a tow truck. And if you want to go to college, that's great. Go to college. This tow truck is going to be like a part-time job for you. Yeah. If he gets 2 tows and he makes his day, and for diesel and extra money, that's good for him. And if I have another car and I tell him, hey, you want it, and if he goes, no, I got to study or I can't right now, I'll do it. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So I think, he says he likes it. He's gone towing with me. Whenever we go towing, I already showed him how to tie the tire, right? So when we get off, I like that he goes off, he gets to the side, takes a strap, I get this strap, we go and tie it.
Yeah.
He gets the hook on this side to hook it, and then I go and check, He go, hey, Dad, how did I do? I said, yeah, that's good. I pull it just to see it's tight.
That's dope.
And
how old is your son?
He's 15.
Nice.
Oh, that's
just
even
turned
better,
15.
man. That's what's up, man.
So he likes it.
Yeah, that's dope.
My wife tells him, hey, are you going to go to college? What do you want to do? He goes, well, I like cars. I want to be a mechanic. And then he goes, but I also like towing. So I want to give him that, that option.
Well, the cool thing is, like, you're kind of supporting him in that he can do all of it, right? Because I was saying, sometimes we get stuck and we're just like, I think we lost that aspect of being like the Renaissance people who were good at like athletes, art, all this other stuff, business, science. Like sometimes we think, oh, I just got to be this, but he can be a mechanic, he can be a tow truck driver, a business person, and have all these things going on.
I think a lot of people have lost their strive. Like they're just like, they think I got to work a 9 to 5. I have to, like, they don't like to risk. Like, you risked what you were gonna do. They're just like, I'd rather be miserable answering phones than go out here and like do something that you really are into.
I think they settle for the American daydream instead of the American dream. Right? Like, hey,
it becomes an American nightmare
where it's just like a little bit of I get a house, I get this, and I'm just barely making the bills, or I'm creating this wealth that my kids are gonna have, their kids are gonna have, and just growing all of that.
Yeah, see, like before 7 to 3:30, and now I was off the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I couldn't do whatever. Right now, I don't have a 7 to 3:30 job, but I get a call at 8 in the morning, or I get a call at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or I even get them at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't mind it, because if I go at 2, 3 in the morning, I'm gonna charge them good.
Yeah.
And that makes up the day for the next day, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, I like it. I don't mind. But I do a lot of sleeping now. You know, I do. I wake up, I do a tow, come back and go to sleep.
Nice.
You know, I do all that. So
Nice.
Resting is actually really healthy.
yeah.
Honestly.
But that's cool. I mean, you got that business going and things like that. I guess. So you've gone through your first year, and naturally, we all make mistakes when we start a business and stuff like that. And everyone's gonna make. What's one of the things that when you started off, or just kind of in your first year, where you're like, I wish I hadn't done that, but hey.
In the whole year,
Yeah.
I got one mistake. Only one. I'm glad. Only one mistake.
You got like the wrong car?
No. on that mistake is I put the dollies. The dollies are those little tires that pick up the car. So I picked it up from the front, and in the back I put the dollies. And I don't know if it was my mistake or not, but I was driving, and then there was a big bump that I didn't see. Yeah. And when I saw the bump, I couldn't move, because you can't, with the car. So I just hit it. Boom. Oh no, I got two of them. I got this one was recent. This one was recent.
Bring them all out.
So I go, and in the dolly it opens. So this car was a rear wheel drive, so the back tire doesn't spin. So when it hit the floor, I went like 20 yards, and the tire popped.
Oh.
Right, the tire popped, but the customer was one of my buddies, and I mean, it was all right. I told him, I said, look, I'm gonna pay for the tire. I said, and if there's any more damage, I'll pay for it. Luckily, it was just a tire that messed up, buddy. And that bump was a big one. Yeah, so I couldn't.
Where was this bump at? Like,
right here.
You can dodge it
by I-10 and 410, right there by the apartments right there. That's where. And I mean, it was scary, because when I saw on the little mirror, I saw smoke. So I said, oh, my tire popped. You know, I thought.
Yeah.
But then when I really looked, when I put over, no, it wasn't. It was their tires. So I was like, oh, man. And in the tire, when they get ugly. So I was like, man, it probably hit their fender or their messed up something else. And luckily it didn't. So this recent one. Another one, the first one was I was picking up my truck's a F550, right? It's the big truck. I was picking up a Dodge Ram 3500 dually, so they're heavy. So I was going right there by Bassi and San Pedro, I believe, around there. Same thing. I was driving, I didn't see that dip. My truck, the front one hit hard, so I hit the brake, and the back one hit. Well, my whole thing fell off. It broke. The whole thing where it was picking up the tire, that part broke, and it was dragging. So I hit the brake quick. And I didn't know what to expect. I was like, man, I wonder what happened. So I look, and it broke.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up calling my buddy that got me into this business. I said, hey, this happened. I call him for everything.
Yeah.
And he's cool. He's cool about it. I call him for everything. So I sent him a picture, and he goes, you know what? I'm on my way. So he goes, I unhook the truck. He picks it up, and it was down the street. I was like 3 minutes away. So he picks it up, and he takes it, and then he comes back for me. So yeah, those are the only two things. But I didn't mess up the truck. I didn't mess nothing up. Nothing happened. So
that's good.
But
How much was it to repair that? Like, was it a lot?
Oh yeah, it was that part right there. It cost $1,600, and then to put it on, it would have been like $1,500. But my buddy charged me like $600 So
what's
a good buddy?
What's the
a lot of buddies?
What's the craziest towing experience you've had?
Oh, it was on a repo. My buddy calls me, hey, there's a repo, it's by your house. You wanna do it? And I told him no. I said, I don't want to do it, because I drive by here a lot. So, and this house was way in the corner. Yeah. My house is on this corner. I said, but if they see me passing by there, and I actually she didn't know me.
Yeah.
But when I drove by, she tells me,
"You ordered food?"
No.
She tells me, she stops me, right? Hey, and then she goes, "Hey, you got cards, this and that." I said, "Oh yeah." So I gave her a card, and that's how I knew of her, but I didn't know anything of her. So my buddy tells me, "Hey, there's a repo in your street," and I said, "Oh, well, send me the location." And then it was her house. It was her house. So I told him, I said, "Hey, I can't go." And then he goes, "Well, what if you cover yourself?" I said, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah." So he tells me, and I tell him, I said, "Look, I'm gonna pass by later, and if the van's there, I'll call you and come quick, pick me up, and then we'll do it."
Right.
I said, "Because I'm not gonna go in my truck." So then when I was coming home, I see the truck there. It's a van. So I pull over, right? And I tell her, "Hey," because she had the hood open and the back open. And I said, "Hey, cleaning your truck?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm just cleaning it." And then she told me by herself that she bought the truck and then the transmission went out. So she gave it back to the dealer. "Hey, I don't want it no more." So the dealer fixed it and sold it to somebody else. Well, that lady, they took it from her and they impounded, right? It wasn't the impound. So the truck somehow was still under my neighbor's name. It was the same lady.
Okay.
So they called her, "Hey, come get your truck." And I think she said it was $600. "Come get your truck." And so she ends up picking it up. They gave it to her. So she's all like, "I got a truck. It works. I mean, I'm just going to keep it." So then I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool, man. That's pretty neat. You know, you don't have to."
Oh, so you thought?
Yeah. So then as soon as I left, I called him. "Hey, come right now. She's there. The truck's there." So then like 10 minutes later, my buddy comes, at my house. I was already all covered up in black. I even had my Bluetooth. I was all covered. So when we get there, we're over here parked. And then we're like, okay, she's there. Because she was outside, but she went inside. So I said, okay, let's go now. So he goes back up. And the vehicle was parked wrong. We had to pick it up from the front, but it was parked to where we had to pick it up from the back. So we had to get off and tie it. If it was parked the other way around, we just back up, pick it up, and take it. But since it was parked the wrong way, we have to actually strap it to take it. So we get there and we back up, quick, boom, boom, tie it. 10 seconds, we're gone. Well, since it was parked wrong, it was making marks on the street. Yeah. So we go like 5 blocks down. Well, we tie it, right? So as soon as we're gonna leave, she pulls up mad. So as soon as she pulls up, I didn't want her to recognize me at all, so I took off. And I called my wife. "Hey, I'm in this street, in the corner of this street. Come pick me up." So she picked me up, and then my buddies are like, "Hey," I didn't even tell him. He didn't even see where I left. So now they make fun of me that I run from repos. But I told him, I said, "Man, look at the situation. I live by there. I don't want to."
Right.
Hopefully she don't ever watch our podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And so we ended up doing that, and
it's terrible.
Crazy.
And then the same night I had another tow, so I passed by there and I was hoping she was outside. So when I passed by there, she stops me and she goes, "Hey, some people took my truck." I was like, "What? The van that was there?" She goes, "Yeah, they took it. You don't have nothing to do with it, right?" I said, "No." I don't do repos. I said, "I don't do repos." So she goes, "Yeah, man." She goes, "It was a white truck and a black truck," and he gave me the name. And I said, "You know what? I think I know them. I think it might be them." So I called him. Right there, and then he goes, but he already knew. So he goes, "No, it wasn't me." He goes, "Oh no, it wasn't my buddy. It wasn't them. They were never on this side." So, but yeah, man, it was. I had to deal with it. I had to. But
that's nuts. That's crazy. So,
what's your name so we can block her so she won't ever see
this? We want to protect your. So you've been doing this for a year now. What's a piece of advice you would give to someone that's thinking about going into just any business, not towing, but whatever?
Just take the risk. You never know. Like me, everything's easier. I'm not tired no more. I'm not frustrated. When I would go to work, you always work with, you got some superintendents or foremans that are, they're just hard to work with. Yeah. So you're at home, you wake up early, and you go to work, and then they give you, crap quick. So it makes your day go by slow. And since I made this move, I told my wife, I said, I'm not tired. I'm not I like it. There's not one day that, oh man, I have to go to work. No, it's just take the risk, and if you don't like it, you can always go back.
Yeah.
You can always go back and be a normal life.
Cool. That's dope. And how's your son?
My son's doing good. Yeah. Today we had a video call with the doctor at Irving, Texas, and they're saying that the tumor keeps shrinking.
Nice.
Every 3 months, they put him into the MRI.
Yeah.
And they look at everything. They look at all the tumors, because he had one tumor in his head, in his eyes, right? And then he had another tumor by the ear, a small one, and then he had on his spinal cord, he had small little dots, real small.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was it's spreading. The type of tumor that he had, if you had it in your head, it was most likely that you had it in your spinal cord. So it wasn't that it was spreading. So right now the spinal cord's clean, no tumor. The one in his ear, they said they can't even see it no more. They said that one's gone. The one in his head, I don't know the size, but I think he said 4 centimeters. Because it was, I mean, it's not huge.
Yeah.
So if it's centimeters, it was at 4 point something, and now it's like at 3. Like it's shrinking.
It's shrinking.
Nice.
The way radiation works is they did radiation for 6 weeks every day, and it takes 5 years, and radiation still keeps working. Like right now, radiation's still working. It already passed a year, but for 5 years it keeps working.
Yeah.
So everything's working out good, and we're just excited when we get the good news and everything's working out.
Cool.
That's good.
No, man, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And it's good to hear, and it's good that you're able to have like this business where you can be flexible to with your son and your wife and stuff. So that's cool. No, it's definitely cool. So kind of, as we jump into a couple of things here, you do come to the barbershop here, so you come in,
Well, my son would.
Yeah.
It's because in the beginning, when they did that, they had to cut his head open because they wanted to see if they can get to it, because not every tumor they can get to it. But on his case, they were able to get to it, so they had to cut like a U shape right here, right in the front. So I took him that after they cut it, because
it was during the pandemic.
Yeah, because they cut it, they shaved them right here only, and everything was, So I took him with Sam, so that way he can, because I didn't want to go somewhere. I didn't want to go, and at that time was at your house, right?
Yeah, because you told me if I could cut at my house, because you guys didn't want to risk like him coming into the shop.
Yeah, because it was
COVID and everything.
It was a lot right at that.
Yeah, that's when they're still making you wear masks. It was like right in the midst of like.
Yeah.
And right now, his hair's long, and I told him, I said I should have brought him, but he doesn't. I mean, the scar, you can't really see it no more.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the radiation in the middle of his head right here, it's real thin. So he has a lot of hair over here. So he says he wants to let it grow so it can be more right here.
Yeah.
And then cut it. So
That's cool.
So we're just, right now his hair's all long, and so
That's cool. Well, going into a couple of things before we start wrapping up and stuff. I know we were gonna give a tip on the facials and stuff like that. So
we're gonna talk about masks.
Yeah.
Well, like right now we're using that. What is that?
Matcha.
Matcha, and that one's just more for like just refreshing. Like it's supposed to help the skin. Like it just matters what kind of, like with the whole thing of facials. Like the mud is the same thing. Like me and Blue, we don't really like doing the black mask that like barbers are known for doing, just because it's just, how you do the nose, put that little plastic thing and you peel it off. It's like that, but extreme. So then you're gonna like so if you have delicate skin, you're definitely gonna hate that thing.
So it sticks harder.
Because you're putting like almost like a glue to your face, and then you're peeling it all off. So we don't like to do that because it can irritate. And for me, when I look at facials, I look at something like more relaxing.
Yeah.
You're cleansing, but it's relaxing. So we do mud.
Yeah.
Like helps with the blemishes, helps with the refreshing of the skin, like, you know, just rejuvenates the face.
And the mask are usually like once a week, every once in a while. It's not something that you do.
You don't want to do mask all the time.
So kind of, you've been following the podcast, we've been talking about the daily facial cleansing. You cleanse it with a cleanser, then a toner, moisturizing. You know, we talked about the scrubs the last time. That's a every few days type of thing. But the mask is gonna be something that you do like after you've done a scrub or whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. And there's different types. It's really what you're looking for, right? So you're talking about the clay type mud stuff. They're gonna add other things to it. Like you can get an avocado one. Yeah. You can get turmeric or whatever the hell they call it. That's gonna help with like brightening.
Add that one to the list.
Add that to the list of words. There's always those words. But you have those different things, and then you have some that are like the wet kind that are more for hydration. They're gonna have different things. So it's really just what your skin's needing at that time. There's not like one. It's fine to switch it up, change it up, look at different
switch it up all the time here. Like we haven't stayed consistent with our muds. Like the matcha one. Like we just got that one because I was like, oh, this sounds cool. Let's try this one out. And the one before that, we got it from Lush.
Yeah.
And
always advertising Lush.
With Lush in
no
there.
sponsorship.
They need a sponsor.
By Lush.
But I'm gonna have a cup next time that says please sponsor us. But yeah, they we were using theirs. I forgot what it was, and that one we actually stuck with twice. Like we went out and bought it twice. Because that one, everyone was loving it.
It's funny because I was thinking about the mask when you were telling the story about how you went all black.
Yeah.
I was like, there you go.
He's doing the facial.
He was getting a facial. While repoing. No, but definitely, like, if you guys are keeping up with it, I definitely recommend, like, even if you just do it once a month, it's not something you got to do weekly or anything. It just kind of helps. You typically, like, a lot of those stuff, you're going to put it on. Like, if you're doing it at home, when you come here, you can do it here. The stuff that you do at home, you want to kind of get it spread around your face. Some people use oatmeal, things like that. The main thing is to get it on there and then let it dry.
Well, our first put it on one was an oatmeal. Yeah, that one was good, but it was like kind of harder to spread out. Like we tried to figure it out, and it just didn't land for us. But that's because we're trying to do it all natural. We weren't trying to.
Yeah, there's gonna be stuff where you got to mix it together with things. Yeah. But the main thing is put it on, apply it, and then typically leave it on for about 10 minutes. Let it dry.
Yeah, and that one, you don't. When you apply it, you don't have to like do the massage. Like, you know how we're talking about the other ones where you got to massage it in. No, you just.
It's more just getting on there and letting it.
Barbers like to use like brushes. We have a brush with this one, and you just kind of brush it on there, and then just let it do what it got to do.
You're a mask guy, Manny?
I mean, I'd be willing to try. I actually went and bought some of that CeraVe moisturizer.
Okay. Oh yeah. The facial ones. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. I started because my wife, she uses a lot of facial products.
Yeah.
I've used it one time. Yeah. Only one time, and that night, my wife was doing it. She was but she only put it right here, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting it, and I put it all over, right? Yeah. And then she tells me, just lay down, let it dry.
Yeah.
I went to sleep with it. I completely went to sleep. Wow. The next morning, I woke up and I'm like, oh, I felt my skin like
it's tight.
Yeah, like so. I was like, what? And I had forgot for a second. And then when I went like that, I was like, oh, and then I took it off. I was like, oh man, I hope it didn't mess up. Where don't leave it for this long because it can irritate your skin or something. Yeah. But no, I just started peeling it off, and I mean,
but that's and that's exactly the feeling you want to feel when it dries, is that it's tightened. Yeah, because that's all. Yeah. That's the other thing it does. It like tightens the skin, so you're putting it on there. You want to feel it tighten.
The matcha one is supposed to be like
firming.
Yeah, like or what do they call it? Age.
Anti-aging.
Anti-aging.
So if you want to look young all the time.
Yeah,
I don't think I have that problem, fellas. Sorry to tell y'all.
It's like a black thing. You guys always look young.
Well, there's our cancellation.
Wait a minute.
It has to happen once. It has to happen once every episode.
To be fair, they tell me everyone always thinks, I don't know if it's my maturity or because I look young, but they're always like, I thought you were like 24, 25. I'm like, I wish.
It's all good. I mean, no, that's cool. Like, yeah, definitely. I recommend, like, again, Target's a good place. Lush. Mm-hmm. You can find different types. You can find the creams and stuff like that. Then you also find the the mask that you just put over your face.
Yeah,
that are like,
I was gonna say like the mask. I don't know if they sell them at HEB.
I think they do. But they have all different kinds. You can find them at Target and stuff like that. They sell like different like. But typically, like some of them,
I'm thinking about too. Like it matters what HEB because HEB kind of like
varies from place to place. Yeah. But I mean, it's good to do. It helps refresh the skin. Do it every once in a while. It can take some time. Like I don't do it all the time just because it takes time. Like you're putting it on, then you gotta wait. You know. Yeah. And for me, like I put it on, and like I don't want to miss on I don't want my glasses to get. So I'm literally having to walk around my house like without my glasses for like 15 minutes because I don't feel like just sitting there. Yeah. So. And I don't feel like putting it. I mean, I can clean my glasses afterwards. I usually do, but it just doesn't. I don't want it like sitting on there and having. Right now, I'm using an avocado one. So that one, I've done the clay one. Huh? It's pretty good. It's just a little weird because it literally is like avocado. So I feel like when I'm mixing it, it's making guacamole. I almost want to just grab some chips and just start eating it instead of putting it on my face.
That's one of the reasons why I like to use a sugar scrub because sometimes it drips in my mouth and I'm like, sugar tastes pretty good. Like,
I do have a turmeric one. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm going to be putting.
Hey, you said it right.
Oh, look, somebody's going to get repulled right now.
Oh, damn. I'm up on my bill, so it's not my truck.
They actually do repull with those right there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because once the truck is on up there, the customer can't take the truck down. You know, they call the cops, and cops comes quick, and that's it. You know, once you have it tied, that's it. Done. Yeah.
Man, he's worried. Why he looking back so hard, man? He's like
flashbacks.
That's PTSD right
there. He's like, "It's the most nervous I've seen you, Manny."
Trust and believe.
I just like.
I'm just looking outside. Like it look kind of dark out.
It is dark. It looks like it's about to rain.
Yeah, I hope it rains.
It's supposed to rain pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope it rains.
So quick speed round and stuff. You up for the speed round? You're in the hot seat right now.
Yeah. What is
speed round? We just throw out random topics. You just give your opinion on random topics.
And honestly, it ain't like we try to do speed rounds and then we end up staying out of topic.
Our speed rounds are the slowest rounds. I don't even know if it's a good speed round. I don't even know you should call it speed round.
If it was a draw, we would get killed every time. We're just like...
Speed rounds are pretty slow because we get into some random topics about it. Anyways, all right.
Breakfast tacos?
Breakfast tacos. So we're apparently... distinguished by breakfast tacos.
I think he is gonna do it.
He's gonna get you, Tony.
Nah, he coming at me.
Did you schedule this? So you're like, let's show an example.
Wait, is this your friend? Like, are you telling us while we're on this buddy?
He's trying to show us how it's doing.
He's gonna jump off with the mask on and everything.
I wish we guys could show you guys on the camera, but it is.
It's great.
All right, so according to Joe Biden, our distinction is our
Joe Biden.
That's why I said Jill.
Oh, I thought you said Joe. I heard Joe.
Jill. Jill, she was here doing a talk at some Latinx thing here in San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't even like Latinx. I'll put that out there. Start with that. That's stupid.
All right, so we'll get canceled for that one. Anyways, she mentioned that we're distinguished by our breakfast tacos, which I think depending who you're talking to is proud of that or not proud of that. But I guess
so. What breakfast tacos do you guys hit up? Like, what's your? Everyone has a spot. Where's your spot?
Okay,
I just get tacos from my house. There's a restaurant that we've been living there for 5 years, and since we moved there, we went to 2 places. We didn't like that second place. We didn't like, so we kept going to that one. So
what's the other one? What is it called?
That one's called San Luis. The one we go. It's on Austin Highway and Walsham.
Okay.
And that's where we I like that place because a couple of times my truck didn't want to start. One time was a battery.
Yeah.
And I had already placed an order, and then I had to call him back and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to cancel." No, we'll take you. Send me your address. So I sent them the address. Boom, they came.
Really?
That was at one time.
Damn.
The second time, I didn't feel like driving, so my
truck went out.
My battery went out.
Yeah, so the same thing. I told him. I said, "Hey, look, man, I don't have my truck's not running again." So he brought it.
Nice.
So I mean, they bring it in. So
that's your spot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yours?
I was thinking about it right here. I don't know.
I would say Lupitas. I mean, you always like to go to Lupitas.
I like Lupitas. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah. like Lupitas.
Manny?
Thea's Taco Hut.
Thea's, you know, I always wanted to try Thea's.
Is it good?
Real good. And
Are they franchise? Because I've seen like
so.
2 or 3.
They might be.
They're all over here.
They might be.
They're all over the place here.
Yeah, but they got some good
It's not Taco Cabana. I heard about rats over there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, man.
That's
what makes it
terrible.
good.
A whole bunch of master splinters over there, not enough turtles.
Well, where's yours?
Mine? I got 2. I don't go to one because it's kind of like over there on Hildebrand, so I don't really go to it too much anymore. Rafa's Cafe. Okay. That one's good. Is it Hildebrand? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it is. So.
Yeah, I like that one. And then Torino's right here. Okay. The one off of Callahan. Those are my 2 spots. Like, I'll go to those anytime, but the Rafa's is kind of out the way now, so when I'm on that side, I try to go to that one. Rita's used to be really good. I don't know. I haven't had Rita's in a long time. Yeah. Rita's was the one that we would go to all the time because it was literally down the street.
It was down the street. Rita's were right there off of, I guess, where John McWallen turns into St. Cloud's.
But I can't. I'll be honest. I can't see.
There was a restaurant there?
Yeah, it still is. It's still there, but I don't know who runs it now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Rita. But going back to Jill, like, I don't believe she's hit up any of the spots that we talked about. So she's talking about some Taco Cabana rat stuff. So I don't know. She might be comparing us to that stuff.
Hey, was that rat one? So, was it here in San Antonio?
Yeah, from what I know, yeah.
You know what's an interesting taco place if you haven't tried it out? And they opened a spot that used to be in a truck. Knuckles Tacos. It used to be off of Nacogdoches and 410. And they got some pretty good tacos there. They do this one that's supposed to be keto friendly, but it doesn't matter. It just tastes good. They, instead of using a tortilla, they fry the cheese. Oh. And the cheese is a tortilla.
I think I've seen that. That's
greasy as hell, but it's delicious.
There's another place I like, but it's further than where I live, right? Than the other one that I go to. But it's called Hueras Tacos. It's a little taco truck. Okay. Right now, what you said, taco truck? Yeah. It's a little taco truck, and man, it's good. And then they do Uber Eats too. Yeah. But I don't like that because by the time since it's far, by the time they come and go, it's not the same.
Yeah, yeah.
So Hueras Tacos, but it's on the south side. It's
the taco place down the street, right next to us here, the shop.
Yeah, they hit. Oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, did you guys get offended by it? Like the whole breakfast. I think it was funny. Like
that's what I'm trying to figure out. So was this something that was offensive, or was this?
I think most people were just more talking about like.
I think it was hilarious.
I mean, it just depends like who you're listening to and stuff. Like a lot of people were just more talking about like. Right now, like there's a big thing on the Latinx and stuff like that, and like Democrats feel like they're losing the Hispanic vote. Mostly middle liberal Hispanics. They're kind of sitting in the middle because. They saw down south, you had that girl, I can't remember what her name is, but she's like the first Republican to win a seat there.
Oh, when Nancy Pelosi pushed her?
No, she wasn't pushing her.
Not her daughter. She pushed her daughter, right? That girl?
Oh, I don't know. Did she? I don't know.
I think that's the one you're talking about when they're like introducing her or whatever.
But this girl down south, she just won like, and so like the Democrats are worried that they're losing the Latin vote. Yeah. And so they're kind of pushing all this stuff, but it was more of like, she kind of went and she mispronounced bodega.
Oh yeah, and that was hilarious.
And then and so she was making this whole thing.
But so she butchered bodega. Yeah, it wasn't even close to bodega.
No, it wasn't close to it. And then she just kind of compared San Antonio to well, not San Antonio, but she was here talking San Antonio, and she was just kind of saying like the Hispanics, like we're all different from, bodegas in New York to something in Florida to. Breakfast tacos.
You can agree with that.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It was just kind of funny.
People were just she was comparing us
to breakfast tacos.
Yeah, Mexicans to breakfast tacos.
So there was a few people that were just kind of like,
it just matters.
We're more than breakfast tacos.
And for me, it just matters. Like, what kind of breakfast taco are you calling me?
Lunch tacos.
Like, I ain't no regular bean and cheese. I'll tell you that.
I got bacon in me.
Yeah, I got some bacon.
Now, if you want to really,
I'm a carne quesada with cheese.
That's not even the worst taco. Have you ever been to Roy's and Danny's on the west side, over there on Old Highway 90?
Yeah.
They used to have a taco called the poor man taco, and the taco is literally So I was saying over there, yeah.
Oh my bad.
Sorry, we got cut off. So at Danny's and Roy's, they used to have a poor man's taco, which is literally I think back in the day it was like 50 cents or $1, and it was like the juices of the carne guisada with like that little one meat that was like chewy, which was mostly fat and stuff. Like they sell that to you. I'm just like,
that's disgusting.
If you're going out there and buying that from somewhere, just stay home and cook. Like,
make a sandwich or something.
Get a tortilla, put some butter in that sucker, and eat it.
Now I know we're getting to a random thing, but how the hell did wiener and eggs become something that you order at a restaurant? Wiener and eggs was what you ate at home when they forgot to buy more groceries and there was nothing else.
Because wiener and eggs hit that good. Like,
you had hot dogs and you had eggs, and you're like, what the hell are we gonna eat? Oh, let's just throw that together.
Because it hits so good. Like, I mean, if you saw it on the menu, you wouldn't order it?
No.
I would. I'm like,
I'll go make wiener and eggs. I'm not paying.
Yeah,
no, but like if you're showing up to a restaurant,
not paying $1, $2 when that whole pack of wiener costs $1.
No, I'm not saying like you go out to look for wiener and eggs. But if you're there, right?
But yeah, I just don't know about the wiener and egg taco. I know about it. I just don't know about buying it. I wouldn't buy it.
I mean, if it's there, I'm like,
one food that I like that is, I mean, is the corn tortilla. With you get a weenie, and cut it down the middle, and then put it in there, and just wrap it up and fry it.
The crispy dog.
Yeah, crispy dog. Man, I like that. And then I put cheese on the top.
Yeah,
and then put it in the microwave, let it melt a little bit. Man, that's it right there.
I put cheese in the middle of it, like wrap it with the cheese, and I've done them in the air fryer too. They come out good in the air fryer.
I never knew this because I don't think they ever took us to Ray's, but Ray's on the west side is like known for their crispy dogs.
They did take us to Ray's, and Ray's.
Did they? I don't remember going to
Ray's. And the Malt House used to be big on the crispy
and
dogs.
They were good. Like,
you know what's funny is I actually made so when I was in college, like no one knew what crispy dogs were, and one night like we were there.
That's like a San Antonio thing, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was telling them about it, and so like we had a house, and like I was making crispy dogs, but like I'm like 20 years old, 18, whatever it is, and like we're stupid. And like, so I got the oil going and I turned it on and we went upstairs to go do something. I come back, there's smoke all in the freaking, like, I had to open up that thing. I was like, damn.
They don't sound like you guys are sober. I say that.
Hey, I think they sell them at HEB now. I think.
Really?
I think.
Like pre-rolled?
Yeah. Either it was that or it had beef. But I want to say, I remember one of my cousins mentioned it to me that.
You know what's funny? HEB always, it's like they got all these kids that came from like the west side, south side and stuff. And then they start hiring and say, what did you eat as a kid? Let's wrap that up and just sell it.
I think HEB just is good at like, you know, taking notice of their community. I mean, they got the barbacoa thing now. You show up on a Sunday morning, you can get that. Like
Walmart doesn't do that.
Yeah, Walmart don't care. Walmart don't even sell good chorizo. I've seen it.
So good chorizo.
What I was gonna say is Chris Gemini Vato, he made a whole thing. Like he made a whole crispy dog. Like he made the plush for it and everything. Like and has a flag and it says San Anto on the flag. Like crispy dogs are like I thought that was like Mexican universal thing, but now I'm finding out that it's just like really San Antonio.
It's San Antonio and high blood pressure thing.
Yeah,
you're gonna get some high blood pressure eating that thing. You got the sodium from the hot dog.
Sometimes that's the best way to go.
The way I like it is that plus some beans right there. Some beans, just dip them in there and boom. That's.
You guys do mustard with it, right?
Wait, mustard. Yeah, mustard. That's the way I eat my crispy dog.
I haven't done it, but
I've done it with mustard. Yeah, mustard.
I'm gonna tell my wife right now to.
I gotta ask my wife about this.
Some crispy dogs.
Yeah,
she born and raised San Antonio.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know if it was a Southside thing though.
Oh, okay.
Because
I mean, my wife said they mostly just ate rice and beans, bro.
Well, we ate a lot of rice and beans too, but the
she didn't really say too much about hot dogs. I mean, hot dogs probably be a
crispy dog
a plus. I mean,
well, crispy dogs came up around like when we were growing up, like, and that was just more of
I don't know who started it. It's just
I think it just became more of a like we were trying to mix things up to be a little more Americanized and stuff like that. Because we did eat a lot of rice and beans too.
I don't even know if it was that. I think it just might have been like you always got like corn tortillas around, and usually wieners ain't expensive.
It's usually the way stuff gets created is there's nothing else there, and you just kind of throw it all.
Another thing that my mom would make, but I was real picky in food.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like, man, that was eating gold right there.
Yeah.
But she would get 2 tortillas, corn also. And then she'd put a piece of ham and a piece of cheese and then put them like a sandwich and then fry it also.
That sounds good.
But the thing is, she had to cut it in 4. And right there when I saw it, that's it right there. My wife told me the last time. She tells me, hey, what do I make? I say, you know what? Do we got cheese? Yeah. What about ham? Yeah. What about tortillas? It has to be corn. She goes, yeah. So I had to explain it to her, like, hey, look, do this. She's like, what is that? And I said, I don't know. It's just good. So she made it, and she gave it to me in the plate, right? She gave it to me, and I said, oh, man, you didn't cut it. I said my mom would cut it in 4. So she cut it. Yeah, she cut it down the middle, and I said, no, you didn't cut it right. And she cut it in 4.
You didn't get smacked.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, look, make a lot of them. They're like little snacks. I don't know. Yeah, and she ended up making. I think she made rice or just beans, but we ate it. She goes, man, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, our mom would make us. She wouldn't make, like, when we were younger. She would make it, but then we got older and we're hungry and the food wasn't ready yet. She would make us warm up some tortillas and like throw the butter in there and just eat it like that. She's like, that's your snack.
That's
like,
good too, especially when they make the tortilla, you know.
Yeah.
Man.
But that's the one thing, like when you're a kid and you're eating like rice and beans every day, you get tired of, I don't know, I got tired of eating rice and beans. Now, it's a rare occasion when they make rice and beans anymore.
I like throwing a whole bunch of hot sauce in mine. Like I like throwing anything that makes it more spicier. I'll throw it. Like even with the breakfast tacos, like just I drench it sometimes. Just I don't know if it's not like burning me just a little bit on my lips, then I feel like it's not hitting me. I'm just like it needs more.
I didn't eat, like right now I said I was picky, but I didn't eat hot sauce, or I don't eat jalapeno, but I didn't eat any hot sauce till maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I didn't even like cilantro and cebolla.
Really?
And now I eat it. And avocado, I was telling my wife, I said that a couple of days ago I felt like eating it, but I don't eat it. But I told her I feel like eating it, and I told her that one time, hey, do we have some at the house? She goes, no, because I felt I wanted to eat it. We didn't have it, so I didn't eat it. So the next day she goes, hey, I bought some. I said, oh, I don't feel like eating it now. Yeah, but I don't know. But
hey, someone put I remember it was at the first barbershop I was working at. And they bought a whole bunch of tacos and they're like, you want one? I was like, what is it? They said bean and cheese. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. They're like, but we put, I told them to put avocado in that. And I was like, what? And I was like, I don't know. They're like, just try it. It was good. Like I was like, man, that was really good.
Now that you mentioned that, and it's slipping me because I was like,
not as good as like putting bacon in it.
But do you know where, like, don't sleep on Bill Miller's on the breakfast tacos. They do. You can get a brisket and bean taco.
I heard they're good. Yeah,
brisket and bean taco. Man. And that sausage that they use. You cut that up with some potatoes.
Because them potatoes be smacking.
I think Bill Miller's makes sense. I mean, I'll choose a hole in the wall before Bill Miller's though.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on Bill Miller breakfast tacos. I
haven't ate them.
Yeah, they're not bad. You like
just sometimes they're skimp though.
But here's the thing, so I had a buddy of mine that once, like, he used to go and order them, and I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, we used to call them Marco's special tacos because this fool like put every taco you could think about into one. Like it was beans, egg, potato, bacon, cheese. Like you couldn't even close the damn thing.
That's me.
I asked him one time, that taco by itself cost like $5.
Oh yeah.
You know, but there's a few years back. Now they all cost $5. But a few years back, that was expensive for a taco, and I was just like, damn. But it was good.
My dad made he called it La Bomba.
Okay.
And I remember he put sausage, ham, everything that you can put on a taco. He put it in there and he'd make it into a taco. And he would always, and we mess around right now. You know, I tell him, hey Dad, are you gonna make the bomba? But we haven't ate it. I'm talking about when we were like, I was maybe like 10, 12 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I haven't ate it yet, but.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe was right.
She was right. I mean, like.
Jill was right.
That's why I was like, I think, honestly, it was people outside our race that got more offended because they're like, whoa, you shouldn't be calling them that. I'm like, like I said, it matters what kind of taco you're calling me. Like,
she didn't offend us. She just made us hungry. Why did they serve breakfast tacos?
Like, she's calling me a cheap taco from, like, I don't know, from Taco Cabana, then like
those tacos, man. Like right now, if you tell me, hey, I'm gonna go to a picnic, I say no. But there's times when I'm driving, right, and I'm get a soda or something. I go in there and I get a soda, and I see the place and I see the tacos, and I just end up getting one.
There's some now. It's questionable what you're eating, but they're not bad.
Honestly,
I mean, you know, it's funny.
I'd rather be called a breakfast taco than Taco Bell. Taco Bell. They're the ones that are crapping all over our race. If anything,
now, like even like they started bringing them over here. I used to always just see them when I would go down to Port A, but those Laredo taco places and the gas stations, those are pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with those.
What do you guys think of what are they called, the ones that got really popular within like the last 2 years?
Not Chewy's.
It starts with a B. Like it's a certain type of taco.
birria?
Yeah.
Oh, those are bad. Oh man, those are good.
Those are LA type style, right? Like or
Mexico. We're in Mexico.
What is it?
Mexico.
Yeah.
Someone told me that LA brought
and
it
then they
over
give
here.
a little sauce. The sauce.
Yeah, that's
Man,
But where do you get them at?
Well, I have a friend that has them.
Man, we need to meet your buddies.
But no. But right there, where the HEB is, HEB Mercado.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before it was a burger place. It had a pig, but now it's a birria.
Oh yeah.
I just went there.
Was it Porky's or?
Yeah, before it was Porky's.
Yeah, Porky's.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
They changed it.
I went there. I had a
I've
burger
been
from there.
there
That thing just like drenched.
Yeah,
I
right.
swear to God, I think my dad had a heart attack eating that burger.
I wanted to try that place because it's right next to the other one, right? That's really popular.
Oh yeah, the
Chester's.
No,
Is it Chester's?
No, it's a taco place. It's
I
like
forgot the name, but it
starts with an R, like something.
El Remedio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's there.
No,
Yeah.
that's next door.
It's
That's
next
right
door.
next.
Like they're like right next to each other.
Oh, really?
But go to the bigger place. Oh man, it's
I tried,
been
out
wanting to
because
stop there.
I tried one out way out there. Like there was a one at a truck way out there on 1604. Remember, I bought a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
good.
Really, I didn't like it.
I liked it.
I wasn't a big fan of it.
But the only thing is that you brought like, didn't you get it ordered or no? Wait,
No, we went and picked it
I'm
up.
thinking of something
Where'd
else.
y'all
My
eat
bad.
it at?
At my house, I went and
How
picked
far
it.
is it?
It wasn't. I mean, it was probably about 10, 15 minutes.
Because that makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
That's what I was
big
about to say. You
difference.
can't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because
That's why- that's why I wouldn't get Rafa's or
overboard.
I'm
I
gonna take
ordered
it
like
home.
way too much. Like
Yeah.
we were trying to try it out, and
yeah,
like
you ordered like everything that's on.
Yeah, I
there.
ordered like 2 orders of everything. And
So
like,
what's
we
your
had it
favorite
all
taco?
there, and we're just like,
So what's your favorite breakfast taco?
was it my favorite breakfast taco?
Yeah,
Gotta guess. Carne guisada and cheese.
that's a classic and a good one. Which is funny because Dad,
You saw
Swears-
us crap about cheese?
yeah, that must be our generation that started it because his like the older generation just craps all over. Oh, why you guys got to put cheese
Right,
in?
why
It's
you
like,
got to put cheese on it?
cheese is good. Yours?
I like a potato and egg with cheese.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to think of which one I really. I want to say carne quesada with cheese. That one's my favorite, but I really like the classic, just bacon and egg too. Bacon and egg for me is just. Yeah. It matters. I like it, kind of like whether they chop, because you know how some of them will chop up the bacon and throw it in. I like it that way, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like the strips too.
Yeah, that's me. That's
about
me
you,
right
Manny?
there. Yeah,
What's your
same
favorite?
thing.
Bacon
just-
and egg?
Yeah, bacon and egg with cheese chopped up. Yeah, and it got to be on homemade tortilla.
Tortilla, yeah.
Okay, it has to be homemade. I can tell if it's store bought.
Well, you know what makes it different, right?
So
The angry old Mexican lady sweat.
Yeah.
You know the angry old Mexican lady sweat.
I'll
They
take
ain't
it.
working.
I'll take it.
I don't even like. Would you put barbacoa as a breakfast taco?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's in its own genre of like tacos.
I feel like it's breakfast taco.
because you.
Well, it was breakfast tacos only for Saturday and Sunday, but now you can get it every day.
I get it Sundays. On Sundays I tell my wife,
Big
hey, yeah, well, any drink, but I like Big Red. That's one of my favorite drinks.
Yeah.
But I can eat it with squirt or whatever.
Bread.
But I found something.
too sweet.
I found another little. My mom just made it. She got cheese, and then she put it in the pan. She put oil and she puts the cheese, but she doesn't move it because it'll dissolve. And it's not the one that melts. It's the other one. I think she said panela. I'm not sure how you say it in English, but she puts squares of cheese, puts them there. They're frying, and then she has a red sauce. And then when the cheese is already kind of fried a little bit, she gets the sauce and she dumps it in there. And then she gives it, she puts it on a plate. So I told her, I said, you know what? This sounds good with barbacoa.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
It sounds really good.
So I told my wife, I said,
What's the red sauce, or is that the secret? Like
the red sauce, it's just any sauce. I mean, she brought me some sauces from Mexico and she used that one on the. I mean, it looked
Sounds
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Literally, our speed round became all about tacos.
And because tacos are life. I mean, if you're from San Antonio, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Like if you're Mexican or not. Like if you're from San Antonio, you were raised on breakfast tacos.
I'm not gonna lie. When I went to Waco to go to school, like
Missed it, right?
You
missed it.
It took me a while to find a place where they actually sold breakfast tacos because there wasn't a lot of places that did it. Like it was weird. Like, and I mean, this is in the early 2000s, so it's not like it was
back then.
Yeah, like you would think you could get lunch tacos and stuff like that, but breakfast tacos there wasn't many places. And it was like it was funny because I remember going around Baylor trying to find out. Like I was asking people, like other, Mexicans, Hispanics who were going there, and none of them knew like what the hell I was talking about or where to go and stuff like that. Finally, like one day I'm going and the guy cutting the grass. I'm like, hey man, I need some breakfast tacos. He's like, he told me the spot. I was like,
I got some here.
I was like,
I got some here.
That's the spot. I was like, all right, got it.
Invited you to his house.
I was like, that's the spot. I was like, perfect.
How can you not find tacos in a place called Waco?
I don't know. It just wasn't there.
What was I gonna say?
There's places that they don't even know what bean and cheese is.
Yeah.
Like we've been out and my kids, give me 3 bean and cheese and bean and cheese. Like, beans with cheese. Like, you want a tortilla? Like, put the cheese and then put the cheese. And they don't understand, I'm like, man, how can,
that happened to me at, we're picking up, remember Little Roger?
Yeah.
He was working out in West Texas, I think, and he quit his job. So he was like, hey, pick us. So we all, like 3 of us took off over there to go and pick him up. And we stopped at a Mexican restaurant out there, and I was like, they're like, what do you want? I was like, I'll take a bean and cheese and taco. They're like,
what is that?
Soft or crispy? I was like, what? Nah, man, just bean and cheese taco. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, just put it in the tortilla, like bean and cheese, and they served it to me like
that's what they did to me too.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Like a chalupa. I was like, that's not whatever. And I was like, look, and I showed it to him. I folded it. I was like, there, it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the same thing. They gave it to me, but they didn't understand me, and I even explained to them. I even told them, so they didn't know how I said it. So they put some beans, and then they put a pile of cheese, and then the tortillas they gave them in the. So I had to make it. And I told my wife, I said, man,
Mexican restaurant.
They gave it to me like that. And I was like, man,
have you guys had Austin tacos? I don't even try to risk it because I heard they suck. But
What do you mean Austin tacos?
like they make their own breakfast tacos, but I heard they suck.
I think it's pretty much the same thing. I don't know. If there's like a specific place or.
No, I don't know. Everyone just like I don't try it because I feel like it's not gonna be as good as San Antonio.
Well, I think like Torchy's and them came from like Austin and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they just do they try to make theirs.
It's all like unique tacos and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. It's a little weird.
And from what I heard, like Torchy's isn't even that good.
It's not bad.
It's all right.
It's not bad. I like some of their stuff, but it's more like honestly, I feel like the person that was creating it like had the munchies. Because they put some random stuff together. And it's typically like something you put together. Like when you have the munchies, you're just like, oh, this all sounds good.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But,
what was the other thing we were going to talk about?
No, I think that was pretty much it. I mean, it was cool. Like we definitely appreciate you coming on, Tony. Anything you want to say about your business or anything else before we close out? Like why
where they can find you?
Yeah. And
I actually work 24/7, kind of. There's times when, we're out somewhere, at a store or whatever. So I usually tell them, hey, I'm available in an hour. So I give them a price. And then whenever they need a tow, I give them a little discount.
Yeah.
That way I know that they're going to wait for me. Yeah. And then that way they start using me, they save my number. Yeah. I try not to never say I can't do it or I'm busy or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're going to call another one and then they're gonna say yes, they're gonna save their number and then that's gonna be their tow truck.
Yeah.
So I try to be 24/7. You can call me at 1 a.m, 5 a.m. I try to do it,
Cool.
So
cool. We'll call them for towing. Somebody calling just to talk.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we'll definitely have your information in the description. And like we said, we definitely want to support small businesses. So like definitely everyone out there, if you need towing or whatever, hit up Tony. He'll take care of you. And yeah. Any last things? We do have another guest coming up here next week, so we'll actually be having a chef coming on.
So are we gonna be dropping that one early? So by the way, we're gonna be closed here at the shop next Friday and Saturday, but we will be open this Monday. It should be dropping before, right?
Yeah, they're not dropping.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
this
we'll
one.
This one should.
Yeah, this one should be dropping.
The next one we're gonna drop. We're gonna drop every. Typically, we try to put it out there by at least Friday. Friday, Saturday. It just all depends on scheduling and stuff.
Yeah. So then we'll be open this Monday. The books are open for Monday, Friday, and Saturday. We won't be here, so make sure you book because we're gonna be at the river, and I'm gonna probably hit ignore because I'm trying to relax.
So definitely, again, keep hitting the like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100 first, and then we'll be doing
help him get his tattoo.
Yeah.
I need to get a tattoo.
And then I think once we hit 100, we're still we're waiting for suggestions. I think right now the
pedicure is not happening for me.
Pedicure is in there. Pedicure is in the box right now, but we're waiting for more suggestions on what to do. We hit
not for me, bro.
Trying to get you some handsome feet.
Handsome feet, like that's
handsome feet, man. That's handsome feet, man.
That's what Locolove's about. Like,
you done pedicure?
Nah, I've never. Man, I just broke. Well, this is manicure, right?
That's manicure. Yeah. Pedicure's the feet.
I just broke my nail today, right now. I've always had them. Not for drugs. Not for drugs.
Yeah,
I've always had them.
You got that coke.
Yeah, I've always had them. You know. And right now,
that kind of towing.
That's why you're out there at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're like, you awake? I'm wide awake. Wide awake.
No,
I'll be wide awake at 16.
We're all clean here.
Yeah. No.
No, but for, yeah. So we're still getting open to suggestions for when we hit our first 100, and we'll keep going from there. But again, we appreciate the support. Drop some comments and stuff like that. Definitely let's support Tony and his business.
Yeah.
And if you guys have anything else, like questions about the stuff we've been talking about, just hit us up. Other than that, I think we're out.
Yeah. Think so. Oh, you know
what?
We forgot to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder.
I guess we'll just say that for the next time.
It's a good movie.
We'll save it. I don't think we want to do any spoilers anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I'll spoil it, but
all right.
It wasn't that good, but
yeah. Now we really got to talk.
Hold on. I'm gonna Locolove is forever.
Nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It looked like he forgot.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.